Today we're going to be looking at a video where the Netherlands forms an empire. Now, the Netherlands itself had a considerably strong empire because it controlled all of Indonesia. Some ports, I'm pretty sure some ports across along the Indian coast, like maybe there was one like here, or maybe that was the Portuguese. I know France controlled like this at one point. And the British kicked them out. Yeah. Anyways, they had a big empire because they controlled Indonesia, the entirety of it. They used to have like this much of Australia, I think, and a bit of New Zealand. But yeah, that's not my point. Okay, so yeah, considering how small they are, we don't expect them to get far. Okay, so starting off, we see the Netherlands going none other than Belgium. I mean, they have really nowhere else to expand. Germany allows troop access to move across and, enter in. Yep. And eventually, the Belgian troops are preparing for an attack because this is what the Belgians expect them to do. So the Belgians expected them to launch a full frontal assault immediately and cut them off from Germany and France and attempt to cut them off from Luxembourg. And then cut them off from their coastal areas, push down and capture Brussels. Eventually push down and capture Brussels. But they just kind of wait until, eventually they just kind of wait and wait, making the Belgians a little scared, but building their own strength. Definitely didn't steal that quote from Oversimplified or anything. No. Okay, anyways, after a while, they launch a huge bombing raid across Liege, Brussels, and a bunch of other cities around here, and they just start going haywire with the bombing. The mass bombing is deemed to be a massive war crime, but anyways, eventually 100,000 Dutch troops enter into the country. Now, the Belgians were expecting this, but not at this length. They cut them off down the south from a huge army that they were preparing to use to counterattack, and they've already captured Liege, so that isn't good. They decide to use mass bombing campaigns and mass attacks, similar to the Blitzkrieg tactic used around here, but it's just worse. Anyways, so they have their goal to reach Brussels, which is they're almost there. Yeah, they're almost there. Eventually, they start pushing around. It gets really bad for the Belgians when they realize, oh no. Eventually, they do end up attacking the coast, but the Belgians expected this. But then the Dutch Navy makes a huge series of naval landings across the coast, and they are now and they have now completely trapped Belgium. They begin to squeeze in entirely removing them from any supplies from Western countries. Eventually, they squeeze in, they surround the city, and the city falls. What we see here is full annexation. Yep, full annexation. I don't know if these are islands, so I'm just gonna keep it like that. Anyways, tiny little Luxembourg here. Nice to meet you. What do we do with tiny little Luxembourg, guys? I mean, we could always just give them a chance, maybe. Or not. That works too. That works for me. That works for us too. Okay. Anyways, so now they established the Benelux Confederation, and now they are planning to do some expansion around. Any good Rise of Nations player knows that, but when the Benelux forms, there's no turning back, which is exactly what happens. And I'm not saying we're using Rise of Nations logic here. Definitely not. Nope. Yep, we are. What did I say? I didn't say anything. Anyways, yeah. So, Belgium has a war plan. So, they're going to deceive Germany by saying, Germany, prepare for a big attack. We're going to push around and move over and split your country into two. So, the Germans build up a huge number of forces over here. Well, in reality, they were just sending a bunch of forces into Norway. Crazy, right? Well, they were like, I guess, like 10,000 troops along the border. Germany had put like 100,000 troops across the border, and then Netherlands had to come out and say, "Hey, bro, that was just a funny prank." And then the Western countries now hate, the Netherlands for that. Anyways, eventually, they decide to, do what they do best and do their naval stuff. They say instead of that, why don't we just do, instead of rule Britannia rule the waves, what about rule the Lowlands? The Lowlands rule the waves, they state, and they get into a huge naval skirmish here. But anyways, this seems like a repeat of the last video. Anyways, they start pushing up, and they send their navy around the Norwegian coast. Yeah. Unless this is what's going to happen. They declare war on Norway, but what they weren't expecting was Swedish intervention, which is exactly what happens. Yeah. What they didn't see happening is Swedish intervention, and that is just no good. No good. Because now they have another huge front to deal with, and it's not looking too good for the Dutchians, the Dutchmen. What do I call you? Dutch people? For the Dutch people, yeah, the Dutch people. Eventually, we see Finland joining in on this as well, which is Russia. Is not too happy. So let's just implement a bit of realism here. Yeah, this seems about right. Yeah, and then we have Ukraine. Yeah, seems about right. Guys, I think it's about like this. Oops. I think it's about like this or something, you guys. I don't really know that. I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah, I think that's about right. That's about right, yeah. Anyways. The Russian soldiers begin flooding into Finland. Yep. As Dutch soldiers also begin fleeing into Norway. Now, mountainous. But oh noes, looks like Oslo has already been captured, and now they're pushing into southern Sweden. They do so in mass, and Denmark just really doesn't want to get involved. But whoopsie daisy! Look, remember this land bridge right here? Remember this right here, this little connection right here. Uh-oh, that's no good. That really isn't good for Denmark. Cause now Denmark's in the war. Yeah, I don't know who's not gonna be good for here. Denmark. Almost just fell off my chair. Damn it. Okay. Anyways, with that we see a slight Dutch advance, if you know what I mean, into Copenhagen, and we see a repeat of my first mapping video. My first like Adizzpro style mapping video. Yep. Yeah. Boom. 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 Now Denmark capitulates, and now they have gone along the Swedish coast. Oh, I just realized something. I forgot to mention something. So, no NATO. As you can see, Brussels does not exist because it basically got bombed into oblivion, and also the EU doesn't exist because I said so. And no UN, by the way, so they can annex as much land as they want. Okay. Look, you guys, you guys can complain all you want about these conditions, but trust me, your family won't like it. I'm pretty sure your family won't be too happy with it. Because remember, I have complete control Okay. Anyways, moving on. We see more just more Dutchmen just flooding in. You know. Oh, by the way, the Netherlands have been buffed into oblivion. So now they're just like, you know, they're pretty strong. Anyways, they capture that thing right here. They capture this island, forgot, and they capture. Forgot the name. I don't know why. I should know this, but I don't. Anyways, oh, did I mention Stockholm is right here and Finland is right here and Helsinki is right here? Yeah, not good for either sides, really. Anyways, yeah. Russians flood in with certain troops ordered by a little man right here in this region. Or maybe this region even. One of the two. It's either this one, it's either this place, or this place. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, they started pushing around and just like sweeping through Finland. They cut the country into two, and it looks like Finland is about to capitulate. They can take their panhandle, and half of Finland just capitulated. But that's where none of the population lives. So Finland, yeah, they push back the Russians. Oh, and did I mention Ukraine just made like the biggest counterattack ever? Yeah, they did. Yeah. They're gonna eventually start pushing into the Donbass soon, or maybe I don't know. Anyways, they start pushing around, annexing these territories, you know, I mean, recapturing these territories, and they begin to near Luhansk and, Donetsk and Luhansk and Donetsk. There you go. I'm definitely pronouncing this wrong. Anyways, they move across and they go along with a river that probably doesn't even exist, and they push over and capture Luhansk, and now they're preparing to capture Donetsk. They push down. Push all the way down, and oops, looks like the Donetsk doesn't exist anymore. I mean, it does. It's just under, you know. Oh, that really isn't good for Russia. I mean, the Netherlands doesn't care. You know who does care? Remember how Germany stationed a few 100,000 troops on the O? Looks like they're in. That isn't good for the Netherlands. But oh, look at that! They were prepared. Just kidding. They absolutely weren't. They get pushed into immediately, and the Germans immediately make a push for Amsterdam. But oh, it looks like they don't have an offensive military. Boop, and now they get kicked back immediately. They start draft, and I'm pretty sure they have like probably like 3 million troops at this point. So they launch a lot of attacks, a series of attacks, mass attacks mainly, you know. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. And look at that. That's a big German army right there. That's a big German army, and that's a Ruhr basically gone. The Ruhr. How do you pronounce it? I forgot. Anyways, yeah. The Ruhr fell under Allied Dutch occupation. As a source of money for the Netherlands to help with its economy. Yeah, they started pushing down, and this time the threat that they used, that Germany thought that they were lying about, it was actually happened. Yeah, remember that from earlier? Yeah. Just kidding though. Since the German military is defensive, they kick them back. And you know. They kick them back all the way back to the Ruhr, where they just really can't stop the Dutch army, to be honest with you. Especially with the bombardment of their coast as well. Just the fact that Germany just can't really do anything about this because the Dutch Navy is just so overpowered. Like, they have control over basically the entirety of the North Sea, except it's kind of shared with the UK, which may be okay. Anyways, the Germans make one final counterattack against the Dutch, which proved to be successful. as they managed to capture many of the important areas of the Ruhr. You guys, I can't pronounce this. Okay, I can't pronounce this properly. Okay, anyways, anyways, so about most of their land is regained. All in all, the red team is winning, except for Russia. They're losing. Actually, no, they have more land. They've claimed more land than they ever lost. Anyways, they start spearheading and they cut off the Finnish army right here. Yep. And the Russians now planning an assault on Helsinki. They sweep through the country, eventually meeting the border of one sniper, and looks like that was just a decoy because now there's 100,000 snipers. Whoops. Looks like they switched from defense to offense real quick. Just kidding. They can't really do anything. They just use tanks to blow them up. Yeah. Anyways. They start closing in on Helsinki, and Russia's about to kill Helsinki. Yep, and Finland capitulates. I know that's illegal, but yeah. Anyways, Russia captures some mountains because they can, and it's just free land, and they start pushing into Sweden. Really not a good idea, because now the Netherlands is gonna be pretty angry, you know. Anyways, the Netherlands pushes up with their overpowered military. And they sweep in from the coast, and yeah, they just kind of push in, to be honest with you. However, the Dutch realize that they've had too much ease, and they feel something is coming. And they were right, because, well, the Swedish are now beginning to counterattack. They forgot that the Swedish were stronger than the Finnish, so they thought, well, this is going to be easy. And the Russians soon realized their fate as well. And they cut them off. Yeah, they cut off a huge Russian army as they make a landing in south, like middle western Finland. Yeah, and they sweep along the coast with ease. With ease, and yeah. Sweep along, recapture all of northern Sweden, and the Russians decide to hold the defensive, except for down here, they just can't cut them in two. But this offensive holds out, just barely though. Really barely at this point. Which is why it capitulates. Anyways, they start just pushing around. They just start like punching everyone around, making them angry. Looks like the Benelux isn't too happy though. Cause oh, what's that? Hey, look at that. Why is there another man who's a painter with a silly mustache over here in Munich? Huh. Strange, huh? Strange. Wonder what I could be referring to. I also wonder what I could be referring to. I also wonder what I could be referring to. I can't exactly seem to put my finger on what seems to be. Anyways, in actuality, they didn't make that push yet. I just did it for the memes, you guys. Anyways, the Germans make a huge counteroffensive against the Benelux, cause they can. But this place seems right here. There's like 200,000 Dutch, Benelux and troops right there. So you don't want to be fighting that. You know what I mean? You would not want to be fighting that. Anyways, they start pushing around and they just, they go from the defense to the offense. Because the Germans kind of cut them in two though, so yeah. Yep. Just boom, and boom. Yeah, that front just collapsed. As well as this one right here, because yeah, Sweden didn't feel like it. But Oslo remains in Dutch hands, and this seems a lot more realistic now. Oh wait, hold on a second. Let me just fix this real quick. I'd say about half of Finland would be captured before like a huge counteroffensive would start. Russia just decides to join on its own team, kind of annoys the Dutch, but whatever, they say. They state, whatever. So yeah, Crimea is now, Crimea sinks, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding, right? Guys, I'm kidding. Guys, I'm kidding. Yeah, Crimea sinks into the ocean. That's the only thing that's gonna happen. A comment recommended me to do that. So Crimea sinks into the ocean because of... I cannot say that without getting demonetized. Yeah. Anyways, I don't even make money. What am I doing? Yeah, because of you know, this little man right here, Mr. Vladimir Putin. Yeah, and who cares? Adizzpro does it all the time, bro. It's his hobby. Okay. Anyways, with that, yeah, that is not good for anyone really, because now they have a whole entire new team to worry about, because they could this could be bad for anyone right now, because this is just like not good pour anyone. And when I say anyone, I mean like anyone. Anyways, eventually when the Dutch see the Benelux sees a weakened Sweden, they quickly move along and capture Stockholm across a river. I'm just gonna keep on making up rivers just because I like river borders. They make everything look cool. Anyways, they start pushing into the mountains of Norway because they can, and they defy all laws of physics. And I don't even know how they would do that, because Lowlands is in the name. Oh, and look at that, the Russians are storming in again. And, uh-oh, look at that. Death Day. Whoops, my bad, said the Dutch. Said the Benelux. Absolutely demolishing the Russian forces in Sweden. And a bit of Norway, too. Yeah, eventually the two sides settle on a peace agreement, which, you know, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, time to do a lot of redrawing. Like, a lot of redrawing. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I apologize for these goofy borders right here. Yeah, especially this. In fact, hold on. Hold on a second. Let me just fix this part right here. There's something I need to fix. Okay, so if, instead of just having a straight line right there, boom. Oh wait, that still looks weird. It's this part then in that case. There's something I need to do here. Like, instead of just like, yeah, that's better, I guess. It's okay. It's not great, but yeah, that seems a lot better. Okay. I changed my mind about that. Okay, what the hell did I do here? I don't know why I'm only now noticing this stuff. Okay, hold on. Let's see. So I have... Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there you go. I'm done now. I'm done. Okay, so yeah. By the way, this video isn't over yet. I think. Yeah, not yet. I hope not. I really don't want to last this video too long, so I apologize. Okay, so first of all, yeah, the Dutch aren't really just... Yeah, they're pretty big. I say they're about the same size as the Belgian Empire that we recently formed. But anyways, yeah. I guess now, who do they go after? They don't really have anyone to go after. Hold on, since this is like annoying me. Okay. So now the Dutch really have nowhere else to expand but Germany, and they would like to expand their Germany's, basically, not like the Germany's, expand their borders like along, like across here. You know, like across this kind of area. And they have nothing to say for it, so yeah. We also want some unclaimed territories here. Some unclaimed territories here. Yeah. So, after demanding them for a few days, France opts to finally accept. So, yay for Netherlands, but nay for France. Because these borders are okay, actually. They're not bad. They just seem a bit far-fetched. Okay. As well as Germany, they just see, oh, okay, well, look, Germany, we won't go to war with you if you just give us these lands that we want, okay? And Germany just says, okay, as long as they aren't too harsh. Even though it's like half of the entire Ruhr, it's literally more than the entire Ruhr itself. The Ruhr. You know what I'm trying to say, you guys. The industrial zone right here. Okay. Yep. There you go. And there you go. There you go. And that's it. They've done expanding. And also they just kind of, yeah. Hamburgers are now Dutch, as usual. Yeah. There you go. Oh, and one more thing. Yep. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Guys, should I do it? Should I do it again? Look, I already did it in the last video, so I'm gonna do it again. What's stopping me? What's stopping me, you guys? I mean, it's not like this or anything, right? It's not like. Anyways, so yeah. This is a good empire. It's not bad, but there's one more place they need to go after. And it looks like they have to expand their naval dominance again. Okay, who's hyped for this? You guys? Yep. It's another one of these days. I know, pretty boring. Anyways, they just kind of push around the British coast. Around. So now they have to make their choice. Do they pass through here, go through here, and pay for the Suez to go through the Suez Canal, or go around Africa? They ain't going sailing the whole way around Africa. Besides, they're already rich now, so yeah. Anyways, they expand their sea dominance over here, and they sail past India and say hello. Give me all your spices. Yeah. There you go. They meet Indonesia. Indonesia says hell to the no after seeing this, but then the Dutch say hell to the yes. So who's gonna win here? Don't know. Probably the Dutch. I mean, who else would win? I mean, the Dutch are really strong already. I guess you could argue that the... I don't know who would win this, to be honest. With you? I really don't know. Yeah, I've just been sitting here coloring for a while. I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, we're done. I'm not coloring anything else. I don't care if this... Okay, right, here we go. Right, speedrun Dutch invasion. So they land on this island, this big island with... that holds like 95% of their population, probably. Anyways, oh my goodness, I'm so stupid. Okay. So anyways, they push around and they sweep around, and yeah. They push up the coast, and they capture just basically the entirety of the western coast. Eventually, they make some naval landings across the islands, yeah. And the island eventually capitulates. I'm doing a speedrun here because I'm tired. Pretty late. Yeah. Anyways, they send another batch of troops down here into southern Indonesia, and by this point, the Netherlands just realizes that that it isn't gonna end up too well for Indonesia. So they just kind of, the Indonesian army just kind of sits there and dies. So to top it off, yeah. To top off having like a humongous empire already in Europe, across Europe, they now control all of Indonesia. Crazy, right? Anyways, turns out the Dutch really don't want to expand anymore. Wonder why? Couldn't think of one reason why. Probably because of the amount of war exhaustion they have. Am I right, gang? Yeah, my gang. Oh, my gang now. Okay, anyways, am I right, my gang? Like, the entire war exhaustion thingy, that exists. Did you know that that exists? Now it's time for the ultimate. Okay, so you guys have been waiting for this for, I don't know, maybe like a day. So it's time for, the ultimate to happen to Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Bosnia sinks into the ocean. Wow, crazy, right? It's gotta happen, bro. It's a tradition now. Like, it's a tradition at this point, bro. Oh, who else? Let's see. Yep, sorry about that, Western Sahara, but man, you are too. Also, these Spanish islands. Oh, yep, nope, no Portuguese islands. Never. Okay. Oh yeah, Burma, or Myanmar, I don't know, whichever one you wanna call it. Myanmar, Burma. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, you do you. Just because I'm just doing this because I can this region. I forgot about this region. Yeah. No. Yep. Making both sides angry. Haha. Get angry at me in the comments. Go scream little names saying that you are angry because I sank your country. Yeah, you go do that. You go do that. Anyways, bye, because I can't be bothered to record anymore. Bye-bye.